Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. Kind of a cool 3D looking arrow that you could use, and this is how I created it. So let's just move this stuff out of the way and just recreate it. I'm going to take an ellipse, but I'm not going to hold down the control button so I can get an oblong oval. And then I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. And I'm not even going to hold down the Shift key this time. But what I am going to do is select both of them and go T, and I get this curvature right here. Now I'm going to get a polygon set on three-sided, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to expand it out a little bit, make it look a little bit different. It's a little bit too big. Now I'm going to put it on here and I'm going to try to do it. That one I don't think I got very much in the center. So we're going to rotate this guy and see, I need to get it in the center. And I might be a little bit skinny with the arrow. There's other things we could do. We could take the shape tool and select all this and add nodes. And then we could take maybe like angle this down. Whoa, it's still a polygon. So I'm going to go to object and convert it to a curve. And then that way I can grab this node and maybe even delete those two nodes and turn these into a line by right clicking. That looks pretty stupid, not very good. You know, it's almost better just not even to play with it sometime. There's a lot of ways you could do that. I don't like it because it's a little flat. So let's just make it a little not as flat, but try to get it somewhat in the center. I don't like that whatsoever. It's too big. So I'm going to try to just kind of get it in the center. Now I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key. I'm going to delete that line, and that line. And that's our arrow. I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. And I'm going to nudge it down. I'm going to left click, right click, just to get an outline of it. I'm going to take it, Control D and make a duplicate while holding down the control button. And I'm going to come straight down. The length of that will be determined by how thick you want it to be. Now I'm going to take a 2-point line. I don't have to put one there, but I need to put one here and here. Now I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key and delete the lines we should not be able to see. See, that way, I apologize because I'm off the page. We're on the page edge. Let's go down here. Now, I'm going to take the blue and I'm going to nudge it over. Then I'm going to take that nudge, or that blue, and that blue. I'm going to get rid of my outline. I'm going to select all these. I'm going to hold down the control button and add a couple of clicks of black just to make it a dark blue. And then look what happens when I bring my arrow back. It still might not be dark enough. And see, I can shift select these other parts and hold down the control button and make it a little blacker. That looks pretty good. Now, Control G to group it. And then I'm going to go to the shadow tool, which is the top. And I'm going to go like here. And sometimes it really kind of does stuff like that. But see, it's going to create a shadow, and you can probably move that around. I don't use the shadow tool enough to really, let me start that over. Well, that doesn't look too bad. There's another way to do this, and I might even show that off. So I have no shadow. So I'm going to get the shadow tool and see it. I don't know why it does that sometimes, because I can't really get it to move kind of where I want it. But that don't look too bad. You know what? I think it's working off the blue center. Let me back up. I did it a while ago the first time perfectly. Let me, let's try this. Yes. Take this and use the shadow tool. See, I still can't move You know what? Let's try another way. Let's take the block shadow and see, it's going to make it like that, but it's too much. So we can get the transparency tool and make it a little transparent. Well, it got onto the blue. Let me break that apart and then grab the shadow and use the transparency tool. Then take that, you've still got it selected, go to effects and blur and Gaussian blur it. See how it made that shadow look? And then you could move this back. I didn't have them grouped together. Whoop, went too far. That looks pretty good. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody someday, and thank you for watching.